On today's episode of History in a Minute, did the Supreme Court really declare that tomatoes are vegetables? Hello, everyone. It's Mr. Phillip Campbell with Homeschool Connections History in a Minute. I am your bearded, nerdy history guru. Is the tomato a fruit or is it a vegetable? I think we all know, botanically speaking, that a tomato is technically a fruit because of its seed bearing structure growing from the flowering part of a plant. You may be surprised to learn, therefore, that the Supreme Court of the United States actually declared that the tomato should be classified as a vegetable. And this goes back to the 1893 case Nix versus Hedden. What happened was in the 1880s, President Chester A. Arthur signed a law levying a tax on the import of vegetables, but not on fruits. Now, this led John Nix, a New York fruit merchant, to sue, arguing that he should not have to pay a tax on his tomato imports because tomatoes technically are fruits and not vegetables. The case was argued before the Supreme Court, with both sides appealing to the dictionary definitions of words such as fruit and vegetable in an attempt to make their point. In the end, the court decided that the tomato should be classified as a vegetable. And the reasoning was thus. Even though the court admitted that scientifically speaking, the tomato is, of course, a fruit, in common speech, we all speak of it as if it is a vegetable. We treat it as a vegetable in the way that we use it for cooking. We think of it as a vegetable, lump it in with the vegetables, and therefore it is just to classify and tax it as a vegetable. The Supreme Court later reaffirmed this thinking with regard to beans, where somebody had tried to say that their beans should not be taxed as vegetables because the bean is technically a seed. And again, the Supreme Court said, yes, botanically speaking, the bean is a seed, but in real life, we all treat it as a vegetable, and therefore we're going to tax it as a vegetable. So that's what's responsible for this interesting dichotomy in the United States, where scientifically, beans and tomatoes are considered seeds and fruits, but legally they are vegetables. Isn't that cool? We learn such neat stuff here on History in a Minute, which is why you should subscribe to this channel. You should binge watch all of my episodes, and you should most importantly remember that history is awesome.